Hello, it's Saturday and it's the first day of a week off for me, which is a bit strange because I don't think many schools have this week off. So that feels a bit weird because when you have ADHD, one of the things you spend a lot of time doing is sort of checking in and comparing yourself to other people, because it's sort of, if you do that, it's almost like a frame of reference that you can sort of keep yourself right by. So because I've talked before about sort of time management, executive function being difficult, it can sometimes help if you're sort of comparing yourself alongside other people. And with teaching, it tends to be, you know, this huge euphoric, everyone's on holiday together, whereas actually since I've lived in Scotland, that's been different for me than it used to be in England. In England, on the whole, everyone broke up on the same day across England. Until then, later on in my career, that changed a bit, and then moving to Scotland, we have very different holidays. Anyway, point being, I've got a week off. Lots of people don't. So it's that thing of, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? First thing to say is I slept really well last night, which I don't generally do. And I think some of that is that there's the kind of immediate pressure of having to do things for Monday, not knowing where to start, not knowing where to do. It's relaxed a bit because there's a week off. There's also that fear that comes with unstructured time. But actually, I slept well. I'm feeling positive. I always like sort of at the end of a term or a half term to think about what's happened, and it's been a really tough term, and for a number of reasons. But on the whole, I think that there's lots to be proud of. One of the things is that yesterday I had to have quite a, what for me was a difficult conversation, and I kind of went into that whole kind of fearful, I'm going to say something and the person's going to be upset and I'm going to lose my job and I'm going to be destitute and on the streets and I won't be able to feed my family, and that whole catastrophic thing. But actually it's okay to say stuff and then to have a conversation where it's not necessarily completely easy, and then to come out the other side and to have a shared understanding of the way going forward. And that for me's been really important. So I'm really grateful to the person that enabled me to have that conversation. And yeah, I've still got the million and one things rushing through my head that I think I probably need to do in the holidays, and realistically I haven't got time to do even a fraction of them. So I'm going to sit and make a plan and remember that I can't, on the whole, work out. I'm not good at the time blindness thing, so I need to actually be realistic. So you know, there's what have we got? We've got effectively 2 days of a weekend and 5 days of holiday, and then 2 days of a weekend. So in my head I'm going, I've got to write a million child plans up because that's outstanding, and I've got to plan drama RE PSE for next term and beyond, and I've got to mark a whole load of work that the pupils have done, and I've got to I'm doing a course on Monday, I'm learning sign language, and there's all these other things as well that I need to do that are outstanding. I've got 69 unread emails and loads of others, and then I'm going, okay, and that's what my brain's doing, plus I want to get back into music, plus I want to spend time with my family, plus I want to be joyous, plus I've got acupuncture booked, plus I've got a load of books that I want to read, and plus I haven't spoken to my friends for ages and they must think I'm a bad person, and that's how the narrative goes. So here's the things. So I need to record a radio show, which will probably take the most part of today and tomorrow, because it always takes longer than I think. I think it's going to take an hour. It normally takes about 5 to edit the show. On Monday morning I'm actually on a training course for work, so that's going to take up the whole morning, and in the afternoon I'm going up to Oban. On Tuesday morning I've got acupuncture, which is the most amazing thing. Then I'll probably work on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is 2 days to do all those things that I've just said. I might do that from home. I've got a load of stuff in school that's messy, so I might go in and tidy all that, but that probably isn't going to be possible, as well as all the other things. So I need to make a plan for those 2 work days. Then on Thursday we're going away to Edinburgh, and we're spending Thursday to Sunday in Edinburgh, so that's when I can do all the lovely joyous things, and yeah, so that's good. So there is a plan, and it's just about keeping it all, just realising it. One last thing, when I was in work this week and talking to some people about things that they find difficult, and a bit on dyslexia, and we were talking about how some children need alternative arrangements in the exams and things like that. And something happened this week where I was doing loads of things and I was checking them off my list, but there was one that I kept putting off because I knew that it was going to be difficult, and I don't think I realised that that's what I do a lot, is that the difficult things, for me, they just become massive. I know everyone does that to a degree, because I've done time management courses, but anyway, this thing was filling in a form about someone's working pattern, and I've realised a bit of it that I just absolutely was dreading, was that I had to work out how many hours, what that looked like in terms of how many hours across a week, and it was 27.5, and I was like, I don't know how to do that, how many hours a day, and how many minutes, and then minutes, and I just can't, that stuff. I'm feeling physically, I'm just getting this fear because I just can't do it. And I just remembered at school, maths, and the thing was, because I was bright and I was in the top set and I was going to do my O-level early, and middle school, my teacher was already giving us O-level papers to do, and it was like, because someone had told me I was bright and I was good at maths, I had to be it, and the only way I could do that was by just working ridiculously hard, but I never understood it. And I just remember crying, like coming home and crying because I'd been given this maths homework to do and I just couldn't do it. And my dad used to get cross, and I think and if Dad ever watches this is no blame, but I think he got cross with me, but he also was cross with the school for sending this stuff but then he could see it. He was good at maths and economics, and I just remember crying. And then just this terrible time that I think I've written about in my book or talked about, when I cried, and then he said, I don't want to come home and find you crying about maths again. And I don't think that was cross with me. And then my rabbit died, and he came home and I was crying, and I just remember that all so vividly still. But the maths thing, when you have a difficulty with something and you can't express how hard you find it, and you can't work out why you're finding it hard, I think that's a real thing. And I think that, you come across teachers and they say she just needs to try harder or work harder, and it's just come across to me this week that sometimes we just can't do that. And for me, I do try hard, but sometimes I need the help of other people, and that's with the maths, but it's also with other things. And I think that's the thing about having read this amazing book, Women with ADHD, is that it's that bit of I have got strengths, but I also have challenges, and we do need to ask for help with our challenges. That's the message for today. So if you have that's a ramble, isn't it? Anyway, if you've watched this and anything's resonated, then I hope it's helpful, and I am going to go now and write a plan for today and get some radio stuff done, and feel a bit of joy, hopefully, because that's what I'm working on with my acupuncture lady, is how to get the joy back. And I'm feeling a bit joyous today, even though it's the start of a holiday and there's unstructured time. And there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there, those of you who love me, support me, and I hope you've got people that love and support you, and reach out, because we can love and support each other. And it's Valentine's Day next week, which is literally one of my favourite days, because we can show so much love. Okay, have a good day, week. Bye for now.